Alright, to jump right into this drag makeup tutorial, I have to start with blocking out my eyebrows. Now, there are millions of tutorials on YouTube on how to do this, so I'm not going to go too in-depth, but I just coat my brows in glue, brush them upward, and then go over that with a few more layers of glue, and then once I have that final layer of glue, I immediately powder it down so that the powder will really stick in and set the glue. Then after that, I have to do some color correcting to create a flat base to work on top of. So I have to get rid of those blue eyebrow shadows with an orange color, and I'm also putting that on my mustache area and the bottom of my chin, anywhere where there would be shadows. And then I'm setting that with a really thin layer of powder just so that it doesn't mix into my foundation. Then I'm using a green concealer under my eyes because I have redness there, and that will cancel that out. I also put it on a spot that I had that was really bright red. And I'm also taking this lavender concealer and I'm putting that around the corners of my mouth and below my bottom lip because I have yellow tones there and I didn't want those to peek through, and so the lavender will cancel that out. Now I'm going in with my highlight shade for my foundation, and I'm putting this almost all over my whole face. I'm avoiding some contour areas, and then in those other areas I'm taking this foundation stick that's closer to my actual skin tone and putting down the sides of my nose, sides of my forehead, and my lower cheek area. I'm blending that all in together with a dampened beauty blender to get a really skin-like finish. Then I'm going in with a white concealer to start highlighting and further concealing. So I'm just going under my eyes, and I'm going on my chin, my upper lip, and over my eyebrows and the middle of my forehead. And all of the places that I'm highlighting will bring the focus to the center of my face. And now I'm going in with a cream contour, and I'm putting that just at the kind of below the tops of my cheekbones. I'm putting a heavy amount around my hairline and sides of my forehead, putting it kind of all around my nose, and then to round out my jaw, and then blending that all in with that same beauty blender. And in some areas I had to go back in with the concealer because the contour overpowered the highlights. I'm also taking this time to draw in my new nose shape with creams. So I'm just doing a really thin line down the bridge of my nose, and then I like to really make the bottom of my nose look bulbous so I can look kind of like a doll. So that's what I'm doing with that white concealer. And then I'm powdering all of that down once I have everything, all of the creams looking how I want them to. And then this is my face when I realized I forgot to draw on my eyebrows. I always draw my brows on before I set my face because I like to clean them up with more foundation. But oh well, I just had to do it on top today and it didn't look too bad. So I'm just drawing in my eyebrows with a dark brown, this is actually an eyeliner. And I'm doing a very arched shape, and I like my brows to be on the thicker side. I'm making sure that the front is lighter than the tails. And then I'm cleaning up all around those eyebrows with my highlight foundation shade to make sure they're very sharp. And then I'm blending that out with my beauty blender just so that it fades to the skin. And since I did just put more cream on my face, I have to set that all with powder. Now, to reinforce the color of my eyebrows, I'm taking a dark brown eyeshadow and just filling that in, and this can further help the ombre effect by really focusing that eyeshadow at the tail end and tapering the color towards the front. Now I'm taking a white eyeshadow and adding in some powder highlights, so that's just all the places that I put the concealer. Then I'm taking this Too Faced bronzer and I'm just bronzing up my face to bring some warmth and color into it, so I'm just putting that heavily on my cheeks, forehead, and under my jaw, and the sides of my nose. Now I'm doing some contouring, so I'm using an index card so I can get a nice harsh line for that drag effect. And I'm taking a dark gray-brown color and focusing the color towards my ear, and it'll get lighter as it goes towards the corner of my mouth. And I'm also putting that on the sides of my forehead to round off my square-shaped face. Same with the corners of my jaw. And I'm also using this on a smaller brush to pinch my nose, so I'm just putting that all along those highlights I did to reinforce the shadows, and then blending it out with a clean brush. Now I'm adding in blush, and I think blush is essential, and I also like blush because it furthers that doll look that I like to go for. So I'm heavily putting that on my cheeks, the middle of my forehead, my chin, and the tip of my nose. Now I am baking, so I'm taking that same translucent powder I set my face with, and I'm heavily putting that under my contour, on my forehead, my under eyes, my upper lip, my chin, and on the highlight parts of my nose. Now I'm going to start on the eye makeup. So for this halo eye, first I'm sketching out the crease shape, I guess you could call it, with an indigo color, which is kind of like a normal cut crease shape, but I'm dragging that color down on the inner and outer corners to go all the way down to my eyelid to start creating that halo. And then I'm taking a darker blue and I'm putting that closer to my lid, and so that the shadow is closest to my lid, and then it'll fade outwards. And also I'm leaving the middle top portion of the crease kind of blank, so you can see when I'm drawing in with black eyeshadow I kind of avoid that area, but further that shape with the black and then blend it out with more blue. And this will give everything a really smooth blend if you keep using that blue to blend everything out. And I went in with some purple shades at some point because I wanted this to be a more indigo color, so I did have to mix some blue and purple. Now I'm cutting the lid with clown white, and so I'm just drawing in that halo shape and bringing it all the way down to my eyelid, and that's just on the center of my eyelid. And then I am setting the edges of that with a silver eyeshadow and blending that in with the other colors that I put in my crease and on the edges of my eyelid. Then I'm setting down the middle and the very top of that new lid I created with a white shimmery eyeshadow. Then at that point I can brush all of the bake off of my face, and now it's time to do eyeliner. So I am coating my whole eyelid in a black liquid eyeliner and winging it out, not a super far wing, but enough that it'll give a really dramatic shape. And then I'm setting that eyeliner with a black eyeshadow so it can be extra black and also not sticky. Then I'm taking that black while it's still on my brush and blending that in from the eyeliner to the inner and outer corners. Now I'm taking a brown liquid eyeliner and drawing in some hair strokes all along my eyebrows because I still like to look like a human person when I'm in drag makeup, not like a drawing. And so now I'm taking just a blue eyeshadow and I'm putting that on the inner and outer corners of my lower lash line, and then putting a black closer to my waterline and blending that out with the blue. And I'm leaving that middle portion open so I can continue that halo effect. And then on that middle portion, I'm taking some eyelash glue as an adhesive and then putting some chunky silver glitter there. Now I'm dotting on a little beauty mark on this one little patch that I had where the foundation wouldn't stick, so I figured that was a nice way to cover it up. Then I have to spray my face with this rosewater spray so that all of the powder can sink in, and now I can have a smooth surface to put highlighter on top of, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm highlighting my cheekbones, my tip of my nose especially, my chin, my cupid's bow, and above each eyebrow. Now I'm taking that white eyeshadow and just highlighting right under my brow. And now I'm going to start drawing in my lips. So I'm taking a dark pink reddish lip liner and I'm very much overlining my lips because I have very small lips and I didn't want them to look small. And then I'm not filling this in all the way because then I'm going in with a pink liquid lipstick to fill my lips in. And then for more of an ombre effect, I'm taking that white concealer and putting it on the center of my lips so that they look bigger and fuller. Now it's time to get ready. And now I am putting on a shimmery nude pink lip gloss because I just can't go without gloss. I mean, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know it. And so now I'm putting on a smaller natural pair of eyelashes that you won't really be able to see, but that'll just act as a base for these drag eyelashes I'm putting on now, which each eyelash is a 301 stacked with a smaller, thicker eyelash so that there is length and thickness. And then I put on mascara to blend that with my real eyelashes and set my face, and that was it.